Hey guys, Stephen here from Heresy Academy. So this is the second part to the upgrades video in this series. So this is the automatic upgrades bit, which will be the coins per second. So we don't really want to talk too long. I'll probably spend too long talking. So that's why I said don't talk too long. Anyway, so I made this making another C# script, and this one we'll call Item Manager, because we're calling these upgrades, calling these items. That's just the way we're doing it. So we're going to open this up now, and like I said, the setup is going to be very similar to the upgrades. So let's just slash in there. We'll just load it in there. It'll let me start working, because we'll do the public text, public click, public floats, string, private float, everything the same there. We don't want to just copy it over though, because it will be slightly tiny bit different. So again, we'll start off with a public click, because we want to get that original script, and we'll call it click just for clarification. And then public, keep doing this. Make sure they're using Unity Engine .ui at the top. I should just like make that automatic. So we want to do public text, and this time we'll call this one item info rather than upgrade info. And the same trick as last time, well, not trick, but public float, and then we want to do price. What else do we want this time? Price tick. So if you've ever heard that expression, like something per tick or every tick, that's how we're gonna use our time, how we're gonna get it to work every second. And then the next one will be our count, same as before. Public string will be not an oolick. A public string will be our item name, and then our private float will be our base price. Okay, so like the one in the start section, make the base price make the base price equal that price. Then in the update section, just tab that along, we want to do our item info dot text. We want to make this equal to item info, so we want to make it equal to the name, the cost, and the tick per second. So this actually gives you an example of what I was trying to talk about in the other video, but I'll point it out as we do it. So we start out with the item name. So probably don't really want to do that inside them. So too quick. So item name, then plus, and inside these, we're going to do that backward slash at the end to give the new line. And then we want to go with the, did we write price in the last one? I think we did. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, we go for price. Then make this to be plus, then plus the price, because that's the way we do it. And then this one now, so another backslash and n. And then, so we want to do this per tick. So we'll write in here now coins, or just coin. So we'll put coins because it'll be plural. One coin. We'll figure it out. We'll do one coin, right? And then plus our tick. Sorry, I was just trying to figure something out then, how I'm writing this now. So I'm writing the tick, and then I'm going to be plusing again, and I'm going to write in basically per second, so a slash in seconds. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to write this, because if you try and imagine it, where we do these new lines, so we have the item name at the top, and the price with price. Then the next line will say, it'll read out now coin with a colon, and then it'll say tick. So let's say we put tick to 5, then it'll be 5 per second. So does that make sense? Coin 5 second, like 5 per second, or coins with a plural? Because if you have it as 1, coins and 1 per second. Does that make sense? With a plural? I don't know why I'm getting so worked up over it, but I'm going to put it as coins. Like, if you don't like it, I don't know, sue me or something if you want. Make sure you do a semicolon at the end, because I nearly left it there because of that distraction. So very much the same as the last one. I want to make a public void and purchased item. You could just call it purchased, really. Doesn't make too much difference. Open the curlies. And inside here then, like I said, very much the same again. You're going to go if click dot coins is more than or equal to the price. Then what we're going to do is our click dot coins is now minus equals the price. Same again as the last one, we're taking away the price. And then the count. I think I explained this in the last one as well. You can do plus equals 1 or plus plus. You're just adding 1 every time. And then what we're going to do is our price equals, yeah, I explained this all last time. I did math f, we're using the round function now, so dot round. It's going to round up whatever the value of this next equation will be. It'll round it up to the next integer. I'm going to take our base price, then you times in this by then math f dot pow. So it's getting. We're now going to give it a value of something to multiply by the power of. So we're going to go 1.15 f, and then the other one will be our count. So the price will increment a specific rate, and then by the power of how much we've got in the count, sort of thing. And this is it now for this script, but this doesn't tackle our time. We'll do this in a moment. So we'll set this up now the same way we did the other one. So open up the Unity, not the Unity. I'm going to add the script to the buttons, assign all sections, apply the functions. So the practicality of it will work, but we still need to do a little bit extra in a moment. So item 1 through to 3. You can drag the item manager on here. Keep them all selected, grab your click button, drop that over to there. Then get each individual one, go to item info, drag in the text. So the price, let's make it the same for now. It doesn't really make so much difference, does it? Upgrade 1, so item 1 should be 5. Then the item name. So the items could be cherries. You're automatically selling cherries. I don't know. And item 2. I'm going to drag items 2 text across. Make the price of this be 100. Count be 10. This can be oranges. Then for item 3, drag this text across. The price of this could be 500. Count could be 25. I don't know. Can't remember what I did. Yeah, 525. And item number 3 can be apples. You know, very expensive apples at 500 there, but you know, that's the way it is, I suppose. Did I add the item info? I did. Super. Okay, so I'll save that, but I've not finished. I haven't finished. Hold the horses. Because you see, if you look at your upgrades, what you've done, you've added in the actual function of the click. So we'll go to each item and click add, and we'll drag in each individual item to itself. So item 1, drag that down there just to make sure it definitely catches the right script. Go down to item manager this time and open purchased item. Then go to item 2, add a new one. Drag yourself down here, no function, down to item manager, purchase item. Item 3, plus symbol, drag item 3 down to the object, no function, down to item manager, down to purchase item. So this now is set up very much the same as the last one, apart from the crops per second, which is relevant because, well, you need it, which is what we're going to make in a minute. So open up the scripts, not open up the script, but create a new script, and we'll call this crop per sec, or second, crop per sec. Let it load up, sorry. and open it. So like I said, let it just load in, and it'll load. Yeah, let it load in, so then it'll load. Yeah, right, so I'll talk you through what I'm going to do next then. So we're going to set it up now to do the CPS display, so coins per second. We'll access the public click again, and we'll actually make an array from the item manager, and it'll be set up to say how many items you've got, and then we'll set up a little public integer function, and this will set up to use the integer tick, and we'll use it to generate our basically like a timer. What other things will we do? We'll use something called IEnumerator, which is what's that called now? I have a coroutine. It's called a coroutine. That's one thing I wanted to mention. Sorry. I think in one of my previous videos, or maybe a few of them, I've probably mentioned the same thing. Do you want a series just on the coding, just on C# itself, rather than trying to make a game more going about like what coroutines are, different variables, setting up arrays, lists, and stuff like that? If you want something like that, let me know in the comments. And MonoDevelop is taking an awful long time to load, so I'm going to stop the recording here and then just pick it up in a minute when MonoDevelop loads. So I will be right back. I'm back. So yeah, I just paused, stopped the recording, and then it loaded. So I could have just waited a few seconds. Anyway, so carrying on, we're doing the crops per second, crops per sec. Crop. I apologise. It's supposed to be coin. I do not know where I got crop from. So we're saving that script now, and I'm going to go back to Unity. You will get an error. It'll basically say it doesn't exist, or it can't find the namespace or something. But you won't get any error, I suppose. Weird. So what I want to do anyway is I just want to click on it and then just change it to coins per sec. Or coin. One thing to point out about this script is it will be important to consider now, what did you call this script? This is the item manager, so the script that is managing the items. Really stupid to say that. The automatic upgrades. What we're using for the automatic upgrades, what you've called this script will be important in a moment. So I just want to open that up now. I'm clicking open because I want to make sure it resets. So get rid of crop per sec there, and there we go. So working the coin per sec. I mean, you can call it crop per sec if you want. I was just thinking of the fruit, and we're selling them, we're not growing them. So anyway, it's kind of a similar setup to the other two, which is the upgrade manager and the item manager, because we'll start out with our public click, and then just call that click again. Public. I do not know why I keep doing this, but it slips my mind to put Unity Engine.ui, but very important. I mean, you could put a public, then Unity Engine text, or Unity Engine UI text or something, but I always put Unity Engine at the top. I don't know actually if that works anymore, to be fair. So we're doing coins per second, so you call this CPS display. And then what we're going to do, this is where we're creating an array. So I want to do public item manager, and like I said, it's public class. So what we're doing is we're getting the name of this script. So the script that I've just made, like literally a few seconds ago, that item manager script, we're getting that. So if you've called it something else, if you've called it automatic upgrades, or if you're doing the game a different style, so everything's upgrades, make sure you reference the right script here. And we want to make it an array, so use the square brackets here, and then we'll just call it items, because that's what it'll be. And then forget the start and the updates function for now. We'll come back to these. So underneath the update, what you want to do, unless you want to do at the top, I suppose. Well, it doesn't matter where you put it. Put down here now, public int, and then for an integer, and we're going to write coin per second, so with capitals this time. coin per second. But this time we're going to open parentheses and then open your curly brackets. Like I said, we're going to make it like an integer function here. It's just the way that we're doing it because we like to do it that way. So we're going to write here integer tick, and then we're going to make sure this just equals 0. This is not to be confused with, is it this? No, it'll be this one, won't it? Not to be confused with this tick here. It's a float. We've made it within this function, so this tick, this integer here, does not exist here or here or anything. It only exists within this section. So bear that in mind. And then we're going to make a for each loop, and we're going to write item manager. So basically saying for each item in here. So as you'll see now, we write in for each item in items. Then open the curlies. I should probably tab that. No, it's in the right place, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, I was just getting confused about the layout there. So you want to do tick plus and equals item dot count. There we go. Item dot count. Then times this by item dot tick, and then we'll drop those off there. That's all we need to do in here, and then we do return tick. Okay. So what we're doing is we're counting how many items with the item dot count, the item dot tick. So item manager here, which we called item in items. So to try and better explain this now, when we do a public text and we've called it CPS display, so this is the object, this is like make it public, private stuff, the attribute of it, I suppose. So we've got the object here, which is text. So the object here is item manager, and we've called it item. So this is our reference name. So we wrote item.count and item.tick. So these two here, tick and count here. You see? So if you've called these here, if you called these something different, remember to remember it, because you could call this like we could call it seconds, I suppose, but we're going to call it tick. But yeah, just remember what you called it here. Maybe you've called this amount rather than count, stuff like that. So make sure you reference these. And we're going to return the value of tick here. Okay. So just make sure now I'll get this right. So that's in there and that's in there. So outside of this now, so outside these brackets, so underneath our public int down here, I probably complained a lot about how it formats itself. I don't like it. I prefer a different layout, but it keeps setting itself back, so we'll accept it. We're now going to make a public void, back to normal now, and we can call this auto coin per sec. And this is what we'll use within our button. So inside here, we want to do click. This is getting our script click dot coins plus and equals, and then our coin per sec. Do a parentheses because we're opening that function. We're opening this. What we've done inside here. It's public. It's not private. It's not just a random waste of space. So the working out's here. We're gonna the auto coin per second or per sec. We're going to take the value of our coins and plus our value that comes here. So let's say we've got no counts, we've got no ticks, no items or anything. So the counts are all at 0. So let's say every single tick here was like 20 and 10 and 5 and stuff like that. If the count is 0, then the value is 0. Something times 0 equals 0. So it returns the value here. So this return. So we say integer tick equals 0. The whole thing is a public integer coin per sec. So when we reference coin per sec here, we're asking it for the int. So we're saying click.coins plus equals the integer that we've just grabbed here. So if it's 0, it stays at 0, you know, the value is 0, so you plus 0 basically. So then this is where we want to start with our what's it called, our coroutine. It supports a simple iteration over a non-generic collection. So if that makes sense, you're like, great. If not, I'll explain as we go along. So call this one our auto tick because it's our automatic. This is why I call them automatic stuff, because a lot of it's automatic. because it is basically automatic. We're increasing our value per tick automatically. We're not doing anything. We're not clicking on something constantly to get the value this time. It's happening automatically. So that's why I might call these the automatic upgrades. So inside here, we're going to create what's called a while loop. So we've got a for loop, while loop. You know, it's a bit different. So they kind of work the same, similarly, sort of. There are differences. That's why, you know, they're two different things. See if I can get that pop up and come back. No, never mind. I was hoping the thing would come up so I can give you a hint, but never mind. So while is true. What we want to do, we're going to open some curly brackets. So while it's active, what's happening, sort of thing. So in the start function, we'll actually tell it to start a coroutine. So this value here, while it's true, so while our coroutine is true, this next action will happen, which will be our coin per second. Sorry, I was just trying to think what we call it. Right there. Never mind, went blank. So this now, what you've called this here, your coin per second. No, sorry. Not coin per sec. Sorry, I've confused myself a bit now. It's coin per sec. Wow, that's a class, isn't it? Okay, you know what? I'm looking for this. Sorry, I was looking up here. The public void we're looking for the auto coin per sec. So make sure you write auto coin. Don't do what I just did there. So you want to activate the auto coin per sec while this coroutine is true. If you can hear a tractor, I'm very, very sorry. What you would write now, 3 specific keywords is yield, yield, return, and new. I believe it's new. Yeah. I don't know why it's red though. And then you want to do, there we go, wait for seconds. So this is where you tell it to do it every second. Is this still working? Yeah. Right, I don't know, the electrics just decided to go off, so that's cool. But it's a laptop, not a computer, that's fine. Yeah, so you're right, yield, return, new, then wait 4 seconds. Oh, if there's just hear a noise there, I apologise. The electric has been on the fritz for the last few days. Sorry. So, you want to write yield, return, new, then wait 4 seconds, 1. This is what activates it to work every second. Because if you understand what ticks are, like we're not using a value, a predefined method of a tick, we're calling it a tick. So we're using this now to wait for seconds. So we're having it while it's true. So when we tell it to start the coroutine becomes true. The while loop activates it, yeah, it's true. So it keeps on going. So if you don't have wait for seconds, your auto coin per second, which is this, which is your click, which is your coins plus equals your coin per second, it would literally just like explode and just constantly just keep adding it always as quickly as it could, or like every single update per frame. And that's what you want to do in this bit. So now this is the part where you go up to the start section, and literally you just want to write start coroutine, and then what's the name of the coroutine? It's called auto tick. Make sure you do a pair of parentheses here and then close your parentheses. That sometimes catches people out because it is a function. So you want to use your parentheses to activate your function and then close your parentheses because you open them to call your coroutine anyway, if that makes sense. Then in your update section, you want to now update your text. So just so I haven't forgot. So CPS display.text. I'm getting distracted because the noise is going outside. Sorry. And then our coins per second here. Now this is what's going to be equal. Coins per sec. Pardon me. Is that right? Coin per sec there. Yeah. The value of this. Then you want to do a plus, and then inside your quotation marks, leave a little space, and then you want to put coin divided by, not divided by, but coin slash sec, and then close this off. So, as I may have mentioned in 1 or 2 plus click power, I may change the power text afterwards, so it matches up with the tick here. Might do. could do it like this. Yeah, maybe I'll copy this now. So I'll copy this over. So in the upgrade manager, just once we're here, I'm just going to paste this. So let's just say now, let's say coins plus tick. So what you want to do is coins and then plus, what do we call it? Do we call it power? We call it click power. So click power by click. Not divided by, but you know. So this should work. It may not look very well because of the size of the buttons, but this is the part where we start considering the size of the buttons. So go through all the scripts, make sure it's they're all saved and ready to go. One thing I'm wondering as well is, can you guys read my scripts? Do I need to zoom in more? I don't know. It's not like I'm working out here because even I can't read that. I mean, I suppose it could a bit, but ooh, hold on. Offer has changed. Okay, that's fine. I haven't changed anything now. Right. So going back across everything, everything's good to go. Everything's saved. Open back up Unity. We're not completely finished. We want to attach the coin per second to something, which would be our coin per sec. When it lets us, is it happy? Is it letting us? Super. So grab your coin per sec and add the coin per sec script onto here. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is not fun. 17, 23, and 28. Let's go back over here. Coin per sec. What have I missed here now? I've probably... put it to second. And that should probably be per second. Just check that, that's right. No. What are you doing? Oh, right, yeah. Okay, so with this one as well, with line 17, I'm going to open them parentheses. I forgot about that, because that's make sure it's calling that method. What's this one? Cannot implicitly convert float to an integer. An explicit conversion exists. Are you missing a cast? I probably am. Why am I missing a cast? Let's have a look at count and tick our floats, and there should be ints. Which one needs to be? This one, item count. So what we can do to fix that is drop this down here, make a public int, close that one off there, save that over, bring this one over, save it, debug, or maybe it's a tick as well, perhaps. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, so I'll just change the tick to be a public int as well. I mean, you can probably cast it like it says that you're missing a cast, but I don't particularly want to cast anything. So I'll just test that. There we go. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Even I catch some errors sometimes. So the issues with that, if you missed it, is the CPS display.text in the update section. Make sure that says coin per second, not coin per sec. That's where naming things kind of becomes important, and I can just get carried away. Where does it say coin per sec anyway? Auto coin per sec. Yeah, maybe I've mixed that up with auto coin per second and coin per second and stuff like that. Make sure it's coin per second and open parentheses to make sure you're calling that. For each item manager, item in items, and then tick item.count and item.tick. I've made those over here, made them to be integers, so you could actually just put them on the same line. I suppose might as well. Doesn't hurt anyone. Put them on the same line there, just so keeps it a bit clean. So make sure they're integers, because if you notice we are working within integers in this section, there is no decimal part of this, so the count it'll always be you'll be 0, 1, 2. You're not going to get half an upgrade, and the ticks we're working towards keeping it solid numbers. We could change it later on to be decimals and stuff. Now I saved all that, drop over to Unity, let it load itself in now. now would be nice. Errors go away. There we go. Okay, so the coins per sec I have attached to the coin per sec object. So grab the text over to the CPS display. Then the click, make sure you drag the click button. For the items, you'll see you've got a size of 0. So just grab item 1. There you go. I drag item 1, item 2, and item 3. It's up to you. If you've got more items, just keep dragging them in, everything you decide to do. Then be sure to drag in your coin per sec. No, wait, we don't want to click, do we? We're not having a click out. I don't think we did. No. Let's get rid of that. And for coin per click, make sure you haven't got one as well yet. Click is empty, that's fine. I got confused there with being a button. So the items we set up, yeah. We set up item 2, item 3. So we'll save this now, and hopefully it works. I hope I've not missed anything out now. There's no errors, everything seems to be looking alright. So in the next video, okay, hang on, tell you what, get the upgrade buttons here, make the width to be 100. I might as well make these 100 as well, just for now, just to make it look even. Doesn't make much difference really. Save that. It's just because it cut off. I did change it to price, didn't I? Or change how it read, how it was written. Yeah. So as you can see, I've got it on play now. So let's just drag this up a bit. So you sell your fruit, get up to 10. Aha, I didn't actually set the values. Okay, pardon me. One more. So item 1. So the price is 10. So for the item 1, how much we're going to increment by? So item 1 is 5, 10, and 25. So item 1, 5, 10, and 25. Okay. So we're just going to save that. I probably messed up with the count there, didn't I, on them ones. So I'll just do this now. Press play again. What I'll do is I'll sell some fruit again. Get up to 10. So I'll do this now. Get 5 per second. Every second get 5. So add on them. Douche. I see it's incremented to 12. Price is 12. So add some more. I see it's going up 40 coins per second at the bottom here, or 6 coins per click. So add on this. Another one. So I can help increase it a bit quicker now. So I'll get a couple of these done. So it's starting to work. The maths, we can change how it works, the values and stuff like that as we're going along. This is kind of basically the fundamental part of an idle clicker game. We're going to mess around a bit with the design in the next video, or next few videos. I've not decided on the order. This is basically all I've got for now. I just decided to sort of make a little picture and think, maybe I can make that in Unity, and here we are, this is what we've got. So I'm going to put a bit of planning now into how we're going to make it look, sorting out the buttons. We can put in a bit more functionality, change the buttons around a bit, put in some particle systems, so you sell your fruit, you create fruit appear, actually use these to click on these to sell each one, stuff like that, setting things up like that and stuff like that, continue stuff like that. But yeah, as you can see as well though, every time you buy one, the coins per click or the coins per tick or per second, they don't increase. Maybe you want to do that so the actual value goes up by 1 or goes up by a half, stuff like that. That's where you've got to start being careful though. If you start putting in half here and half there, make sure everything works by being a float. So if you need to work as an integer, you can typecast it to become an integer, so you can convert it, because you'll get an error off Unity saying it can't implicitly convert a type integer to a type float or something like that. So be careful on that, and this is where we're at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed this video and the current videos. I think we've got 4 videos so far. I'm not really sure. We're sort of on a roll, so I've just bashed out a few videos at once now. So it's time to take a break. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to clean up today, so perhaps we'll get around to that after my nap. After the nap. Let's not tidy up before the nap. So, hope you like the video. Give it a thumbs up, you know, because that's what you want to do. If you want to give it a thumbs down, that's absolutely fine. I won't hate you. I mean, give it a thumbs up. You know you want to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to catch on to the next videos. I'm going to get around now, do a bit of planning on how it's going to look, a bit of setup there, changing a bit of how it works. I need to generate a few ideas now though, because this is what I've got so far. Everything works. Obviously want to do a bit of work on the actual maths, a bit of formula to that and stuff. So yeah, subscribe to catch up with that stuff, and I will catch you very soon.